Well, hello, my wonderful, beautiful brothers of the wonderful, beautiful Maverick Nation. My wonderful, beautiful bros guys of the wonderful, beautiful Maverick Nation. I am the one, the only, the dark, the shadow, the Maverick, the dark shadow Maverick. And this is part 4 of What If Izuku slash Naruto were DBZ Broly. Oh boy. Well, I guess we should start off right around now. Last time we left off, basically got the whole thing done with Mizuki and Naruto became a ninja, that whole shit. And his team that he would be put in would actually be not 3 people. Yes, not 3 people. It would be 5 people. And the Konoichi of the group wouldn't even be Sakura. As Ino would yell triumphantly that she got to be in a team with Sasuke and not Sakura. Sakura instead was stuck in a team with Shikamaru and Choji. Sakura literally face-palming in her own mind and in reality. She did not like this one bit. However, instead of being obsessively focused over Sasuke all the time, Ino, well, even though she did say that about being in a team with Sasuke, this is really only to spite Sakura because, well, over the years, with how Sakura's been, Ino really is not liking her. So she's just doing this just to piss Sakura off because, well, they really do not like each other in this. So Ino really isn't all that interested in Sasuke. Well, not nearly as much as Sakura. Maybe a little, but not really. And there's actually, Ino and Sasuke are on the same team, but also are Naruto and Neji. It is Naruto, Neji, Sasuke, and Ino. Iruka trying to check over the papers a couple times, trying to see if he's seeing this right, and lo and behold, it's a 4-man squad. Oh boy, is Kakashi going to have a field day with these 4. Kakashi is their sensei, right? Oh boy. I pray that Naruto doesn't go berserk on him. I pray that for all their lives. He doesn't go berserk again anytime soon. And that's whenever a day, basically the time of the day, whenever Kakashi would finally get there, he would make the excuse that he was basically on the path of life, something, whatever. Naruto really not caring if he was lying or not. Neji being like, just staring at Naruto, hoping that he's okay. Because, well, they're friends, and, Naruto has been someone who's been nice to Neji, and Neji, doesn't usually get treated nice to. So it's finally nice to have a friend, so that's indeed why he would, give a good damn about Naruto. And Sasuke would just be doing his emo thing, and Ino would be trying to hide her slight blush from just looking at how Naruto was so cool with the situation. Like, it almost didn't seem like he really cared that Kakashi was, late. At least Sasuke gave somewhat of a damn. Neji seemed to be more focused on, checking up on Naruto than anything. So Ino just noticing that Naruto didn't seem to really care that Kakashi was late, and just how late he was. That's something. And whenever it came to, getting to the rooftop and, introducing themselves, Ino would go first. Basically, she would say stuff just similar what Sakura said in the anime, but not too similar. She really wouldn't be as airheady and bubbly as Sakura was in the anime, but she would have some deep similarities to what Sakura said in the anime, just not a lot of deep similarities. And the next person to go would be Neji. And the stuff that Neji would say, honestly, one of his likes is his best bud Naruto and his best bud Sasuke, because he cares for both of them. So yeah. And also, one of his things that he does is, he always strive to do his best. Yet, not to try to ever go too far. Because he's seen what that can spell at certain times. And Sasuke would go after Neji, and he would do his normal emo BS. And then Naruto, it would be Naruto's turn to go. And, well, basically Naruto would be staring off into space, and Neji would be like, flick, 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 I can't actually snap my fingers. Just trying to get Naruto's attention. And whenever Naruto finally got his attention, basically, Neji finally got Naruto's attention, Naruto was basically just like you, Kakashi-sensei, not really much for explaining much about, things. Naruto wasn't really even in the mood to say anything. Either that, or he really did not want Kakashi to know some of the certain things about him. One of those things being that he has some sort of deep, incarnate inside of him rage mode that he can apparently unlock, and has been training to kind of suppress, but he hasn't been getting too much luck. Just to say that the Forest of Death has never been the same after that one time whenever Naruto decided to use it as a training ground for, the suppression of his inner, berserker mode. This only made things a hell of a lot worse. And basically almost completely obliterated, the Forest of Death. Like reshaping it almost 100% completely, pulling everything topsy-turvy. And then Naruto was basically, unless it had something to do with like ninja stuff, he was basically, unless it had something to do with that, basically banned from ever going anywhere near Training Ground 44, the Forest of Death. Ever again. And Kakashi actually did know that about Naruto. He knew about the whole Training Ground 44 incident. And, because of that, Kakashi's like, oh shit, the fact that he doesn't want me to know certain things, this kid could be a problem. And, basically, the bell test, there's now 4 people going up against Kakashi. So 2 people will be put on logs, is what Kakashi says. Like, usually it's 3 people, so 1 person would be put on a log. But now it's apparently 4 people. I'm not really used to this. But I've managed to make an arrangement. Now 2 people will have to not have, freaking lunch. If, they aren't able to get the bells. But Naruto is just like, really doesn't matter. And it's just like, he just looks at Neji, looks at Sasuke. They're all good friends, so they know how to do good teamwork. And Ino is actually trying to work up her nerve so that she'll be able to actually talk to Naruto. And Ino's actually not really sure how to go about talking to Naruto. Seeing as Ino's, thinking that probably as much as Naruto knows, he probably still thinks that Ino likes Sasuke, like she likes Sasuke. So, Ino's really a rock and hard place whenever it comes to exactly how is she going to be able to confess her feelings to Naruto. Whatever feelings she may be having. However, with a combination of the Byakugan, the Sharingan, and Ino's mind transfer jutsu, allowing Naruto to basically create an eraser cannon that he absorbs into his hand and forms a fist, and basically One Punch Man's Kakashi into almost non-consciousness. Basically, he's still conscious, but he can't get up. He got hit so damn hard. And then Ino finally releases the mind transfer jutsu. And Naruto picks up 2 bells. However, what he does is he seems to run ki along his finger, mixing it with some sort of oddly colored chakra. This being the Nine-Tails chakra. Mixing ki with the Nine-Tails chakra and running it along his finger, extending the nail, cutting the 2 bells in half, giving 1 half to Ino, 1 half to Neji, 1 half to Sasuke, and him having 1 half. There were 2 bells. Everyone got a half. And Kakashi seeing this, he's like, holy shit, you already knew. How long did you already... And Naruto's like, actually, it was kinda easy. Me and Nechi and, Sasuke do teamwork all the time, and Ino's a pretty smart person. At least I think so. So, I gather that she would probably figure it out pretty quick, too, if she saw us in action. So that's why I basically made a plan for Sasuke and Neji to use their Sharingan and Byakugan respectively as soon as possible to show that that's what we were going for, so that Ino could know too, and she'd be able to prepare a mind transfer jutsu, seeing as that's her clan's, jutsu. The jutsu of the Yamanaka clan being the mind transfer jutsu. And Kakashi's like, Jesus, Naruto is a freaking genius. He's just thinking that in his head, and he's like, well, seeing as what Naruto did, well, I guess I can't fail any of you. So, starting tomorrow, Team 7 will be going on their first official missions. And, everybody in Team 7 are just, ecstatic. And Sasuke has to show a little bit of inside. And they all kind of show their gratitude to Naruto for thinking of what he did. And Naruto's like, oh, it was really not all that much and nothing. It kind of just came naturally. Trying to do all this self-improvement stuff really has gotten my head cleared out and helped with a lot of, figuring out about things. Turns out the more clear of a head I have, the more of a, I guess you could call it a projectical mind I would have. And then she's like, did you just try to make a word out of the word prodigy? And Sasuke's like, well, duh. And Ino's like, you too? And Naruto's like, oh, no, this is nothing. This isn't a fight. Trust me, if they were fighting, it would have been a lot worse. Sasuke and Neji can really spit venom at each other sometimes, if you let it happen. If you just let it happen, they can really be spitfire. But hey, this is more or less just us being us. And speaking of that, it'd really be nice if we were to all have a celebratory, dinner for, actually becoming certified Genin as of today. And, they all agree that sounds like a great idea. And they even agree with Naruto's idea of going to Ichiraku. Or at least that is until Naruto starts thinking about it. And, they didn't eat breakfast, so just Ichiraku plus that's the place that he likes to eat. He wants to think about everybody, so he's like, maybe, how does barbecue sound? And now everyone is enticed, they're like, holy shit, yeah, barbecue actually sounds pretty damn good right about now. Ino was on a diet, but after, everything that happened with the bell test, she's thinking that maybe she shouldn't be taking her diet too seriously and actually get some meat on her bones for once. Not be too much like Sakura. I mean, she doesn't like her, so why is she copying her? Or is Sakura copying her? Like, and she doesn't want people thinking that she's copying someone that she doesn't even like, you know, making people think that she's crazy. So, she agrees with the idea. And so, with them all going out to celebrate, I think it's safe to say that this little part, this little bell test part here of the what if, Alan's Dowson's because I am the Russian Maverick, and I am OUG out of here. You boys, like, favorite, subscribe, click that little bell, something in the comment section. And I'll bounce like it's Quidditch. Yeet, 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 and I'll yeet. And miss freaking direction. Hell yeah. Bounce.